It was acceptable. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Smackdown, and once again, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, will they Reigns or will they Uso? Who is going to side with who? And really, the family drama was pretty much the only thing that kept this show above water. Everything else, there were a couple matches actually that weren't all that bad, but there is one feud that will never ever end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So, recaps of the Reigns Uso stuff, like where Reigns showed up in the main event and attacked Rey and Dominic, causing the Usos to get DQ'd. And then Reigns is talking to Jey and says, "Well, I saved you last week. Y'all owe me. Never embarrass the family," Jey says. And this is good family drama, but the storyline is starting to... I know they're trying to peel back layers and everything, but they're getting to the center of this bloomin' onion, and pretty soon they're going to have to finish this damn thing off. They're going to have to separate them. Roman doesn't have to lose the goddamn championship until WrestleMania 38, as far as I'm concerned. But they got to have the Usos just do their own thing, become tag team champions or something. I mean, even if they become champions and align with Reigns temporarily, this bloodline, whatever, is going to come to a crescendo, and they're going to have to make like Journey and go their separate ways. So anyway, Reigns says, "Well, I know that you know that, but does your brother?" And then suddenly Jimmy is in the ring and says, "Well, you had to make it about you, didn't you, Reigns? You had to make it about you, didn't you, Roman? I feel like you guys disqualified intentionally. Gee, you think?" Of course he fucking did, because trying to drive more of a wedge. Like, not like a sand wedge, but a wedge. Sandwich. Now I'm hungry. Moving on. He says, "I'm my brother's keeper," or whatever. That explains the issues that they got into before. I kid. I'm glad that they're both okay. And I'm going to do something that I won't regret. Okay, so what's he going to do? Is he going to cut more promos backstage? Is he going to get another tag title shot? Is he going to go moonsault off of the goddamn Thunderdome? Am I being the sarcasm drum a bit too hard? So Reigns then says, "Well, hey Jey, you better take care of this, because you all ready for this?" Anyway, Jimmy and Jey are talking about family and loyalty. And Jey says, "What do you want me to do? I'm caught in the middle of this. Stuck in the middle with you." And then we get to Owens and Big E versus Apollo and Sami Zayn with Commander Aziz and his Nigerian nail. So the match was fine. It was a typical two feuds in one match. Not like two teams, one of many cups. And now you can't unsee it. And it was all right. Owens did get tagged. He went nuts for a little bit and then eventually hit a stunner to Zayn 1, 2, 3. And then Apollo cuts a promo and says, "Well, hey, Zayn's the one that lost. You guys didn't beat me. So how about you face me and Commander Aziz next?" Now, I don't know why they did the weird dramatic pause. It was really odd. Zayn is upset and then gets hit with the Nigerian nail. And then Rey is upset at Adam Pearce. I imagine it is because there is a certain height requirement to be in certain parts of the Thunderdome. I kid. Rey is awesome. But seriously, when you can walk under a closed door, of course you're going to be upset. So WWE is back on the chode in July. I think that's how that saying goes. They narrowed it down to only 2 million times per hour. So, hey, at least you're not being beaten over the head repeatedly. I am interested to see, how they're going to draw crowds once they get back on the road. Same goes for AEW and same goes for a lot of these other big companies. Maybe Impact will tour. I mean, I doubt it. Maybe Ring of Honor will tour. Who knows? I'm not sure the NWA is going to be able to draw much of anybody, and the reason I'm kind of taking shots is I'm a little bit worried that we are soon going to have one less company to root for. But anyway, that's another video. This is continuing to kind of just be a typical show, though. SmackDown they'll start with the Roman and Uso stuff, and then they'll settle with a decent match, and then they'll really get to where, things just kind of go a bit haywire. And I'm not talking about the Gina Carano movie, because some people are actually pretty goddamn smart, unlike Gina Carano. So the Prophets are talking to Gable, who apologizes for what Otis did last week. And then he says, "Hey, I called off our match." And then they knock him and he says, "Oh, okay, fine. You're going to face me one-on-one. Which one of you? It's going to be Ford versus Gable." That sounds good. And then Reigns is talking to Jey because we need more of this. And it is starting to get to be where it's a little bit too much. Like they have nothing more for the show. So it's like, guys, just cut more promos and say more stuff. Anyway, where is he? Oh, he's in our locker rooms. More family stuff. Yada, yada. "Go tell your brother that I'm going to come to him on my time." Gross. And then they're still doing the most beautiful woman in all of WWE thing for Carmella. She looks like one of the victims of the tanning bed scene in Final Destination 3. I will not come off of that because she looks like a burned leather couch from the 70s. So anyway, it's one thing to try to do this to get heat, but it's not working for Carmella. It's just not working at all. Liv versus Carmella. Hey, thank fuck Liv won. I like Liv. It's not that I don't want to spend some time on Liv's matches. It's not that some people don't want to spend time on Liv. You know who you are. You know who you are. And when you see this video, you're probably going to post it. You know who you are thirsting over Liv. I don't blame you, but you know. Anyway, the vision... God damn it. Carmella then says, hey, by the way, do the whole, most beautiful woman in all of WWE thing. Most beautiful woman in all of WWE contract on a pole match. Vince Russo has struck again. So Cole uttered the phrase, the visionary of drip. And now that he did that, I'm drilling it into your heads, the visionary of drip. Once again, Michael Cole is really bad at his job. So Ding Dong Hello with Rollins in a suit that, well, it was like if pastel colors, bled all over from, the afterbirth of an Easter egg hunt. So anyway, WWE champ Brock Lesnar was a graphic that flashed up. Seriously, if you have this on your DVR, or you have the ability to look back on this, go look at it. I thought I was hallucinating, and apparently a lot of other people saw it. Anyway, they talk about Bianca. Then they replay the Bayley Ding Dong Dome with all the laughing and the cackling, and then they recap Cesaro being attacked, and they cackle more. So much cackling, my God, all the cack. And then the doorbell rings. It's Cesaro who, beats up Seth Rollins, tears off his pants, and he runs out of the Thunderdome. Then Bianca shows up and laughs. So much laughing in this segment. Ray is interviewed. Roman hurt my boy. Look how they massacred my boy. And he is coming for his family. Lol. And Ford versus Gable. It was fine. Hey, Gable can wrestle. Maybe we should have featured Gable a little bit better than this, but whatever. He can wrestle, and Montez can also wrestle. And I'm worried that he's not going to be walking by the age of 35 with how he leaps. I mean, as good as he is, I hope he comes up with something that isn't going to impact his goddamn body so much. But wrestling is a contact line of work. And later Otis shows up. He attacks Dawkins backstage, splattering all over him from behind. Have fun on seeing that. He's clean shaven, so now he's like Chris Farley, circa 1995. Hopefully not circa 1997. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. So Otis then causes a DQ. He pulls a Papa Shango for a Mania 8, not coming in at the right time to do a run-in on a close set. And Gable has to kick out the frog splash, a bit weird. And then a splash on Ford. And then Dawkins comes down, he gets laid out, and another splash on Ford, and this goes on. Nakamura with Boogs versus Corbin. Yes, it's a feud that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. They should see them in a crown on a pole match. Once again, Vince Russo has struck again. Try to roll up 1, 2, 3, crown stealing, and Corbin yells at Pierce and Sonya. Next week, Battle of the Crown. Triple Crown, King of the Hill 2-ring Battle Royal confirmed. Great American Bash 1989, and the Skyscrapers won that. Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey with the earthworm in his goddamn head. If you saw Dark Side of the Ring Dynamite Kid, you know what I'm talking about. Usos in the locker room. I don't care about the Universal Championship. I care about family. Well, you're going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for being a spoiled bitch, Jimmy says. And then Jey Uso on a forklift match. Oh no. Apparently New Blood Rising is, worming its way. So much pole match action that we could be having. Gross. And so more talking. Oh, you're the older brother. It's about family. Hanging out with the family. And now it's in your head. And then here's Ray. He calls out Roman. And his goofy-ass theme. And I'm sorry, that theme is just so ridiculous. I mean, it's funny. It's over the top, which I guess kind of fits for Roman's character. But it's so goofy. Takes about 4 years to get to the ring. I acknowledge you for being the rat bastard that you are. You massacred my boy. And then he wants him in Hell in a Cell. Okay, Ray's going to get massacred, but it is what it is. Where did the kendo stick come from? Pat McAfee asking the important questions. And then Dominic gets in here and gets tossed onto a crash pad. Roman just launching him out of the Thunderdome, just absolutely destroying him. It's the second funniest time that Dominic's been beaten up on SmackDown. That was eclipsed only by Brock Lesnar running in, beating up Cain Velasquez, beating up Dominic, and beating up Ray. I don't know why that made me laugh so much, but it fucking did. And I was supposed to boo Roman, boo Roman, but I just couldn't help it because Dominic is getting the shit beat out of him, and trust me, when he is on TV in front of crowds, they are likely going to boo him. because that Boar guy has been put in a really unenviable situation. Anyway, that's really about it right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.